His last days. 81 years ago, when he was 5, he had to rescue his little yellow dog, who almost drowned in the creek that awful stormy night. 73 years ago, he was 13, and his father let him barbecue the steaks for everybody at his birthday party. Then afterward, he and Millie won the potato sack race. It was exciting to feel her bare leg against his in the sack. She smiled at him when they got the prize of 2 all-day suckers. Then he won the 25-yard dash, and Billy Pfluger was really disappointed when he came in second. Billy wouldn't talk to him for a while. 63 years ago, Millie's third child, little Benny, was born. Just before dawn, he had held her hand for hours, the old guy, and comforted her, and the midwife arrived late that night. The Great Depression had just started, and he'd already lost his job. Houses were being built, and the demand for Idaho timber was down. Houses weren't being built. They were fruit pickers all over the West then for years. An old car, no education. He had quit school at 15 to help his folks. They were both dead now. 50 years ago, 1939, he was 36 when Hitler invaded Poland and started World War II. But with his short left leg hurt in the Utah mining accident, he was 4F. With the silicosis, he could hardly breathe anyway. That was the same year Bernice, their 4th child, died. 39 years ago, it was 1950, and the war had been over for a while. He and Millie were 47 years old, no house they owned, no steady job, but they had each other, and they both knew it. They made it for years. He as a fry cook, a handyman, she as a clerk at 5 and dime stores. She could always get those jobs anywhere. They were still trying to pay off doctor bills. They always owed doctors. Millie's smile and her humor, the joys of Pete's life, she loved the gentleness and his arms around her. Every night she slept in his arms, at least when they were going to sleep. 32 years ago, when they were 54, they borrowed $4,000 from his brother Ed and bought a little coffee shop in Half Moon Bay. It was tough, but they hung on and hung on some more. All the kids were gone, all 5 of them. They lived in a trailer, so what money they had could go into the coffee shop. 26 years ago, Pete was 60 years old, and he burned the back of his right hand putting out the grease fire in the vent over the grill. They never did keep things as clean as they could have. For years, they were there, getting to know people, went to church once in a while, tried to keep the place up. Millie had several women friends. She enjoyed those friendships and often felt like a very rich woman. Pete often played cards with Max and Bill Adams and Tom Moore on Saturday nights. When Millie died in 1984, 3 weeks before her 81st birthday, from heart complications, a terrible hole formed in the bottom of Pete's life. He really didn't want to go on, but people depended on him at the coffee shop, so he went there mechanically. He knew a lot of them, and they said they were sorry, and that felt good for a while. The children call once in a while, or write when his phone is disconnected from not paying the bill. Now Pete goes to the cafe every morning at 7, except Mondays. He walks hesitantly, and there's little to serve the few guests. Sometimes his fly is open on his old pants. He smiles at you and will say, "Isn't it a nice day?" when it is a nice day. He is a lovely, tired old man now, 86 years old, living out his last lonely days. He thinks of Millie every day, especially in the morning and in the evening. He misses her so much, though she has been gone 5 years. He misses her so much, and these, his brave, forgotten heroic last days, June 1989.